Should I be scared?
Yes, you should be. Have I been good or naughty this year?
Name one thing you hate about Christmas. Wow, oh my god, it's growing so fast. One more thing.
Hi guys, I'm Tommy.
And I'm Peter.
Welcome to our Winter Wonderland. This is our boyfriend tag Christmas edition video. But first we wanted to go outside.
Yeah, because it started snowing last night and it's still snowing a little bit. So we would like to use this opportunity and enjoy this snowy weather. So we went for a walk and look how beautiful it is. Whee! They are building a new lookout tower here and we are really surprised how tall it is. This is quite unusual because to me it looks enormous.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
You are, but it's not finished yet.
Phew.
So in a few months we'll show you all the views. We are in the city, by the way, if you didn't know this, because this is our forest area in the city.
Morning.
Morning.
Should get started on the boyfriend tag video.
One more minute.
Maybe we should stay in the bed the whole time. It's really comfy here.
I agree. Good idea. Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so I think we can get started. We decided to stay in the bed the whole time because it's really warm and comfy here.
Yeah, and we have these pretty sheets. So I think it's a good decision.
Yeah, good Christmas atmosphere here in our
Totally.
bedroom.
So let's start this boyfriend tag, or in our case, husband tag or Christmas tag.
That's a lot of tags.
Yeah.
We've already done one boyfriend tag before, but this one is Christmas related. So we found a list of Christmas questions and we will test each other's knowledge about each other.
Okay, should I be scared?
Yes, you should be.
No, I shouldn't, because I know you very well.
We'll see about that. Alright, so the first question is, do I prefer giving gifts or receiving gifts?
That's easy. Tommy prefers giving gifts. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it makes you happy when you see the other person's reaction, how happy they are, mainly me. So yeah, definitely giving gifts.
Yeah, I like making other people happy in general, not just at Christmas. And you?
I love receiving gifts.
So we are a perfect match?
See? It's amazing. Yeah, because it's stressful for me to give gifts. Because I never know what to give. There is always this thinking in me that I should give you the perfect gift.
Peter is a perfectionist, so everything's really hard for him. All decisions, it's crazy.
Do I make New Year's resolutions? Do I stick to them?
I imagine that maybe in the past you tried some New Year's resolutions, and I imagine that you didn't stick with them.
You know me well.
And I think you don't do them anymore.
Yeah, I don't, because I know I won't stick to them, so why bother?
I don't do New Year's resolutions either, because you don't have to wait for New Year. You can do it anytime you want, so I do resolutions for myself, or I try to achieve some goals, but I just start whenever I want. I don't wait for the New Year.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, was our Christmas tree real or fake?
When you were a kid? I would imagine it was fake. Because you lived in an apartment, like not in a house. So, I don't know, fake.
Actually, both would be correct, because we started with real trees. I remember my father often traveled to get the tree somewhere to buy it, and he often organized it for friends as well. And then usually we had a few trees stuck on our balcony because some people backed out or something. So I think that was one of the reasons why our parents decided to replace it with a fake tree at some point. So it would be easier. At that time, when I was a kid, I thought it was also eco-friendly, having a fake tree, that you don't have to cut down a tree every year. So I was happy. And only later I realized that it's actually even worse, because you would have to like replace it with 50 real trees or something, so it would even out.
Yeah.
And now we have a tree in a pot, which is the best option.
We'll show you
Yeah.
next time, or next time. We'll see.
It's not as fancy as having a big tree cut down, but it's easy because we keep it on our balcony and you can just take it out anytime.
And how was it with me when I was a kid?
I don't think you've ever had a fake tree. So I think you had a real one or some alternative replacement, like a branch on the ceiling or something. That I remember that one when I visited your parents, that there wasn't a traditional tree.
My mom likes to create various DIY trees or Christmas branches.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you are right. But there was a fake tree. It was in my room. It wasn't the main tree in the house.
Small one on the table?
Yes, we had both, actually.
So we both had both.
Oh,
so cute.
Do I prefer celebrating Christmas or birthday?
I think you like celebrating everything, as long as it's about you.
Yeah.
But Christmas is definitely better, because it's our main celebration of the year. But you enjoy having birthday as well, or the celebration around it, because that day is about you, it's your day, your special day. But Christmas is not just one day, right? There's the whole season, leading up to the main day, but it's a longer festivity, if you like.
Yeah, totally, it's like that. Because birthday is over very soon, and actually, like, we don't celebrate it that much. Christmas is better, bigger holiday.
Yeah, and for me it's the same. I've never actually celebrated my birthday. I mean, I got gifts from my family and from you, and but I never wanted to make it a big thing. Plus, you get older, so it's depressing.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't want to get older.
I hope you will know this one. Have I been good or naughty this year? And be careful what you say.
We have to make this video family friendly. Or, okay, we are in a bed, shirtless, so...
Too late. Bye, families.
But you are always good, never naughty.
Correct? Wow, you really do know me.
You just don't listen to me constantly, but I wouldn't describe it as being naughty. My little angel. Yeah, let's move on. And what about me? Was I naughty?
Let's move on.
What the hell? What's my favorite thing about Christmas?
Ooh. Everything. Well, definitely food.
Yeah.
The presents as well, but I don't think that's the favorite part. I think the food and the overall atmosphere. For me as well. Yeah, I don't have one specific thing, even though at least when I was a kid, I was always looking forward to the sweets. But yeah, for me it's the overall thing as well. What's my favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, there are so many.
Yes.
So it's hard to choose one. Like, there is Home Alone, that's nice,
Yeah.
and many Czech fairy tales. You love to watch them.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't really have one specific, but Home Alone is definitely on top of the list, somewhere in top 5 maybe. And also Love Actually, that's also a great one, which I've watched many times. And you?
I'm not much of a movie fan, so I don't think I have one favorite, but I agree with Home Alone. I don't really like these Czech fairy tales because they are more on the simpler side.
Yeah. You have to know them from your childhood, so it brings back memories.
Yeah.
But when you see them for the first time as an adult, it's not that cute anymore.
Yeah, it's different when it's nostalgic. And I love these cheesy romantic movies, Christmas movies.
Yeah. Hallmark, Lifetime, B-list movies.
Yeah, because it's nice. I like to watch them. What's my favorite Christmas song?
Again, I think there is not one, but there are 2 by Spice Girls. They covered Sleigh Ride and Christmas Wrapping, so those have to be somewhere in there.
Yeah, Sleigh Ride is better for me.
But I think for both of us, again, we don't really have one favorite song, but it's the overall style. We listen to a lot of like pop songs, upbeat tracks. And
but also romantic ones. We have this playlist, Christmas playlist, and we play it every year and we add more songs to it. So, various songs.
Yeah. What's the best present you received from your parents? I'm curious.
What I received.
Because I wouldn't know, right? What you received as a kid.
Yeah. Let me think about it.
If anything comes to mind.
Yeah, it's a hard question.
So what do you usually receive? Like a lot of clothes and
clothes, but that wasn't my favorite thing to get.
Yeah, kids are always like, why do I receive clothes? You have to buy it for me anyway during the year. Not fair.
Yeah, and it usually wasn't the right size anyway, so it wasn't that great. But some toys definitely, but I don't remember one in particular. When I was older, I received this book about weather, and that changed my life. It was a game changer, because that's when I decided I want to be a meteorologist.
Did you wish for the book, or was it random because they knew that you liked weather?
The very first one was random, but then after a year they knew. And what's your favorite gift?
We also received a lot of like general gifts. I remember we several times received a new like video game system, for example, that you have connected to your TV.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it was definitely one of these video games, because that was totally awesome.
Yeah. But one thing that pops up in my mind is that one year my mom got me a Spice Girls VHS.
Oh.
1 hour of girl power. It was much later than it was released, and I was definitely a teenager, close to adult maybe, but I was still a big fan, so I even hugged my mom for that.
Wow, and that never happens. So that must have been great. What gift did you get from me at our first Christmas? Well,
What gift did I get from you? So that was in 2008, our first Christmas. 13 Christmases ago or so. And I think I got a hat,
yeah.
but a winter hat. And then I lost it.
Tommy always loses his hats. It's terrible.
I've only lost 2 so far, or 3.
3, I think, because your mind always wanders
Yes.
somewhere, and he's not home, and he forgot everything.
I'm a dreamer.
In public transport or on the street, it's gone suddenly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One time I forgot a backpack, and we had to go chase the bus to find it. But Peter was angry because his baguette sandwich thing was in it.
Yeah, and I was really looking forward to that one, and suddenly it was gone in a bus somewhere. Oh my god, honey.
Good times. So many fond memories.
Okay, so a hat. Then it wasn't the only thing.
Oh, there was this keychain attachment that you created, right? A little crocodile.
I created it myself. A small piece of jewelry, and it's still on your keys.
Yes.
So
See, I don't lose everything. I've never lost my keys actually. Maybe as a
Yeah.
kid, but
you got lucky. It will come. Hopefully not.
yeah. And what did you receive from me?
But that wasn't everything. One more thing.
I don't know. Socks.
No.
I remember there was this intelligent
No, that was
thing,
a
but
year
yeah,
later.
yeah, that's what I thought.
But this wasn't that important. It was
The salt lamp.
we
Yeah.
call it a salt lamp.
Or show your book.
It's made of salt. Okay, yeah, that. Careful.
Ooh.
And what did I get?
Yeah.
So I got a memory card
Uh-huh.
for my camera.
Yes.
So that was great because there was never enough space when we took pictures.
Yeah.
And then what happened with it?
And then Peter lost his camera. Yeah. Because he never loses anything apparently.
Never.
But he lost it, and the worst thing is that it happened on our vacation in Croatia. So we lost a lot of memories with it. But fortunately it was like in the middle of the vacation, and we had my camera as a backup. So we ran everywhere again and took the pictures again.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was really upset because that was the first time for me that I lost something.
And quite valuable.
Yeah. Name one thing you hate about Christmas.
Should I guess yours or should I tell mine?
Guess mine first. But I have to think about it first.
What do you hate about Christmas? I imagine you hate cleaning up the house,
Yeah.
which is like the first step for putting decorations up.
Yeah. But that's not just Christmas.
Yeah.
That's every time I have to clean.
Yeah. I hate, if I had to say that I hate something, then it's the commercial side of Christmas, which is not at our place because we can make Christmas whatever you want, right? But when I see everybody chasing for the gifts and reading articles how much money an average person spends on gifts and stuff like that, and yeah, I think some people have wrong idea about Christmas.
Yeah. And that's what I hate about Christmas. Hunting for gifts. And in the recent years we decided we are not going to do this whole gift thing.
Yeah. So we agreed with our parents and grandparents and that we will not give each other anything, that we will just visit each other and enjoy the atmosphere, but we will not waste money on stupid things that nobody needs.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not shocking for you because the presents are like the main thing. But
But it's for kids mostly.
Yeah.
At least here.
It's a lot less stressful now. So this year too, right?
You mean you will not buy me anything? I expect the perfect gift to show me how much you love me.
Okay, we'll see.
How many Christmas trees we've had so far since we're together?
And the one on the balcony is just one. We had it more times.
Yeah, I mean how many different trees?
How many different
Because
trees?
yeah, since we have a tree in a pot, we try to keep it for the next year. But it doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
So we haven't had one for the last 13 years.
Yeah. So we started with one in a pot,
Yes,
and
we
that one
started.
died like a few weeks later.
Yes. Because we didn't know that it can stay inside. Yeah. So first it started growing, and then it
we
died
were
out.
like, wow, oh my god, it's growing so fast.
In winter.
Yeah. And then it was over.
Yeah.
We were beginners.
Yeah.
But then another one of this type, or
We had like this tall one. I think it stayed for a couple of years, maybe 2 or 3. But again, we probably kept it inside for too long. I don't know.
Okay. And then we bought this other type that it looked kinda like a tree you
Evergreen-
can use
evergreen
for
tree.
Christmas, evergreen tree. But it was actually a plant.
And that one stayed for quite a long time. Until you have this great idea to give it a cut.
Yeah. It received a haircut. And because it was really overgrown.
Yeah, it didn't look like that anymore, it was like wild. And you actually read on the internet that they like being cut every now and then, right?
Yeah, but
So-
this one, they didn't like it at all. So it's gone, and then we got our current one.
No, there was one more in the middle. Remember, it died on the balcony because it was too hot one summer.
Oh.
That one was a regular spruce tree. And we again had it for a few years.
And then our current one. It's still alive.
Yeah. So we are on number 5 now.
So it's not that many for 13 years.
Yeah. What would be your dream place to visit for the holiday?
So you should guess mine.
Okay. Should I?
You should.
Right here in our Christmas bed.
Oh, so romantic. But no.
The answer will be something like, wherever Tommy goes, I will follow him, no matter what.
No. Like you have to be there, but it should be somewhere.
It would be... So if we went somewhere for vacation around Christmas, I think it would be to the North Pole.
Yeah.
No, not North Pole, but this...
In Finland.
Yeah, to Finland where
Or Sweden.
Santa lives.
This ideal, cheesy, cute little village with Christmas lights and a lot of snow.
Yeah.
So winter atmosphere.
Yeah. But it would be dark the whole time because it's above the polar circle.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be above the polar circle, but somewhere north.
Somewhere snowy.
Snowy, yes, snowy. In the day sunny, but a lot of snow. And then in the evening, Christmas lights and cheesy. I want that.
Me too. I wouldn't want to go to the Canary Islands or somewhere warm because I like Christmas mood. Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's winter and cold and snow.
Yeah, we can go to south in January.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we have no more questions here, so I'll say bye now.
Okay, so give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Comment below. We love to communicate with you.
And even Peter replies now sometimes.
Yeah. So comment. What else?
Share with Santa.
Yeah, that would have been great. Santa should promote our channel everywhere. Can you imagine? 40% of people that watch our videos are not subscribed yet. So subscribe, guys.
And see you guys next time in another Christmas video.
Bye.
Bye.